The first one starts out is from Jeremy over in Richmond, Virginia. He said, Steve, I've watched all of your WrestleMania matches and have loved your performances in them. My question is this. Knowing WrestleMania 19 was going to be your last match, how come they didn't have you go over The Rock in that match? Also, do you have any regrets that it went down that way, or were you proud to do the favor for The Rock? Well, Jeremy, why didn't I go over The Rock if that was going to be my last match? Because The Rock was going to have another match, and the time was to do the honors for him. He'd done 2 favors for me prior to that, so I got him 2 out of 3, and I owed him that one. It was his time to go over, and the fact that I was going to ride off into the sunset, I wasn't going to be doing any more pay-per-view, so they didn't need me to go over to preserve me or get me ready for the next money event. They had to do that for The Rock, and I can't really remember what happened with The Rock. He probably was going to go do a movie as well, but he stuck around there for quite some time, and it was all about him that night, and it was his time to go over from a business standpoint. Whether I was staying or going, I think it was time for him to go over, but the fact that I was heading out means The Rock goes over, and that's the way it went down. And no, I don't have any regrets. I was proud to do the honors that night, and, sometimes people take the business real personal. They work themselves into a shoot, like I did way back in the day in Atlanta, Georgia, when I didn't want to do the honors for Brock. And I took my ball and went home, and I had a knee-jerk reaction. But, this is one of those things where this being my last match, I was proud to do it because it was the right thing to do. But why did we make a big deal out of it and promote the fact that it was my last match? Well, simply because we were really hitting some still good momentum there. We were cruising right along. Business was good. And if you just say, hey, man, there's a lull in the action because this is going to be Stone Cold Steve Austin's last match, well, that's kind of a downer. And you don't want to ride off into the sunset like that. And, I think people kind of knew what was going on as I was going up that ramp. And Rock gave me the ring. Very gracious of him to give me the ring as he slid out. By all rights, the ring was his because he won that match, but he gave me the honor of being the last person in the ring. So, no, happy that it went down like that. It was what it was. And my only regrets about that match were because I was at the hospital that night and they put, 3-4 liters of fluid in me. I was dehydrated, all that other bullshit. Was that I couldn't perform better. That WrestleMania 17 match was so hard to follow. One of the greatest matches of all time, and certainly one of the greatest of my career. And 15 was good. See, there's my damn doorbell ringing again. My wife's going to get this one. I've gotten the other 3 or 4. But anyway, my regret is that I couldn't tell a better story than we did. That was pretty much a brass tacks match without too much levels of psychology in it. It was a ABC match, very simple, simplistic in form, and it served its purpose. That was my only regret. We couldn't rock the house better than we did.